Amari. Gary, what up? What's good with y'all? Yes, sir. Kev was good. There you go. You
Yo, what's good, my guy?
good, broski? How you doing, man? How's the family? How's everything?
Everybody good, man. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Just
Yo,
relaxing.
you don't get old. You stay the same from when you was in Rice. What's good with
It's because I keep the same cut, man. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for that beard and all that, man.
that? You ain't experimenting.
Nah, I ain't got time. I had enough of that overseas for 13 years, man.
I hear that. I hear that. What's good though? How you been, man? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm good. I can't complain, man. Just, trying to stay out the way, stay healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Enjoy life.
that's a fact, man. So we get to it, man, because I don't want to hold you up too much, man. Um, what age would you say you started hooping, and who put the ball in your hand?
I started at 7. You know what I mean? I had from my mom, my dad, because on my dad's side, everybody in Alabama, they hoop, they athletes or whatever. So from the time I was 7, I was around the game. And then probably started taking it serious when we moved to New York. So probably around 10, 11, around that time, that's when I started, taking it serious.
And you was playing organized, or you just like local stuff?
I was in the hood, you know what I mean? I started out with Coach Wee, you know what I mean? From my block. Wee was one of the first guys, that saw me and, you know, took a liking to me, put me, in organized basketball. Had a lot of success. So, I'm thankful for him for putting me out there, because we moved. A lot of people don't know I was born in Alabama. We moved to New York. You know what I mean? We moved to New York. When I came up here, I ain't really know nobody, but, I played ball in the hood. You know what I mean? I had a part Hamilton playground across the street from my building, so I was always out there. They would see me shoot my jump shot. So then, we had tryouts, went, made it, and then from there, that's when it started.
Okay, that's around 10, 11. You said. How
Yeah.
old were you when you moved to New York?
We moved up here when I was what, 5, 6, somewhere around there, and then,
Okay.
7. I would go back and forth to Alabama every summer, and that's when the liking for basketball, because I started out playing baseball down south. You know what I mean? I was playing baseball or whatever, and then moved to New York. Basketball was the sport, so that's when everything got going.
And at what age did you get into like the school basketball? Did you play in junior high school?
Yeah, I went to the historic Mount Carmel. You know
Talk
what I
about
mean? Nothing but big time names came out of there,
right.
and Lamar Dyson. He brought me to Mount Carmel. But before I got to Mount Carmel, I started playing with Coach Kev and Billy Dotson with the Valley.
Okay.
Kev Drawhome was on my team. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of guys. And from that team, that's what led to Mount Carmel with Lamar Dyson. And then that's when everything started to take off for me.
Okay. And initially, you when you approached the game as a youngster, the mentality was always the same.
No, I mean, early on, I was just a shooter, playing in the hood. You know what I mean? When they didn't have enough, they would pick me. I was the smallest guy, but everybody knew I could shoot. So, I mean, you had guys that would penetrate to the basket, kick it out to me, and I'll hit shots. And from there, I mean, everybody saw that I had some type of game, and then, they started saying, oh, he can only shoot because I was so small. You know what I mean? Going into junior high school, I was still like 5'5".
Got
You know what I mean? I'm shooting a shot like this, but it's
it.
going in. You know what I mean? So from there, everything started to grow, little by little. Then I started getting the confidence. You know what I mean? I started being at Mount Carmel, seeing Dre Barrett, seeing Teddy Mumford, seeing Mike Boynton, seeing what I mean, so many guys that went on to have legendary careers,
Yeah.
and how they went approach the game. You know what I mean? It kind of lit a fire underneath me to follow that path. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be one of the guys that went to Mount Carmel and then after that died out. You know what I mean? Because everybody wanted to go to Mount Carmel, but everybody couldn't go to Mount Carmel. You
Got
know
you.
what I mean? So getting there and seeing all those guys work ethic and how they approach the game, that just, you know what I mean, started everything for me.
That pretty much prepared you for the road.
Yeah.
What age do we get to the AAU?
AAU, I mean, like I said, with we coach the Valley, because I played citywide, I played Rucker, I played UDC, so I'm playing all those tournaments. But as far as the AAU circuit, it didn't really pop for me till maybe like end of my sophomore year
Of high school.
high school.
Okay, so basically you doing what every other city kid does. You playing
Yeah,
against.
I'm playing with Abyssinian, I'm playing with We All Stars, I'm playing with the Valley, I'm playing with all the, you know what I mean, all the hood teams, you know what I mean? Because nobody know me. I'm a kid from Alabama. I ain't got no name. I'm not flashy. I'm not a top prospect. I'm just a kid with a jump shot, you know what I mean? That just want to hoop, and I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? And then when I started getting around there and playing the citywide and seeing all these other names, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, they doing this, but I can do that too. You know what I mean? So then when 10th grade year, I tried for Gauchos. Coach Dave cut me, right? Flat out, he said, I'm not it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, damn. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I done killed y'all a couple of times with Abyssinian. You know what I mean? So, like, but you still saying I'm not good. Try for Riverside. First go around, Kenny P, like, I don't know. You're not ready yet. Go back to Abyssinian. Play them in Rucker. Play them in Citywide. Play them in UDC. Start lighting their ass up.
Yeah.
Then they come, you know, and approach me. They approach my mom. They're like, yo, but, you know, he's getting to the point where he need to be on the circuit.
Okay.
So then they like, all right, you know, have him come to tryouts. Boom, boom, boom. I go to tryouts. Finally make the team. Not the team with Jay Wingate and them yet. I'm on the B team. Me and Al Shep. Me and Al Shep on the B team. So I'm still feeling like slighted. You know what I mean? Like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not good enough. Like, I didn't play against Bobby. I played against Jay Wingate. You know what I mean? These are my boys. Ricky Soliver. You know what I mean? P.D. Nelson. You know what I mean? All these guys. But again, I don't have the name. I don't have the backing. I'm new to the city. You know what I mean? So everybody is like kind of iffy. You know what I mean? But so I played with the B team. Me and Shep started tearing everything up. I'm averaging like 30 for a whole summer. We winning all the chips. It's either I'm getting MVP or Shep getting MVP. I'm averaging 30, Shep getting 20 and 20. You know what I mean? So like we both was feeling slighted. And that's why Al Shep was doing what he was doing in the PACL. And then, you know, I'm over here at Rice doing what I'm doing around that time. So it's like it all kept me like disrespected, but humble and hungry at the same time. Because it's like, dang, I still don't think that I'm capable to be this type of person or be on that level. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. Coming from the junior high school that you come from, was it a no-brainer Rice for you, or did you think you were gonna go somewhere else, or was like Rice the goal?
Right, for me, it was a go. You know what I mean? Like I knew I wanted to go there because, you know, like I said, I'm around Dre Barrett. I get to see him every day. You know how he approaches the game. So like for me, that's like, yo, that's the path you want to go. At this point, you know, I'm in 6th grade. I'm like, I know I'm not that talented as he was, but I'm like, yo, I want to follow that path. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the Brooklyn dudes went to Bishop Loughlin, Teddy Muff and Mike Boyd, and they went to Bishop Loughlin. You know what I mean? So for them, that's the easy thing. I'm a Harlem kid at this point, so it makes sense to go to Rice. But as I'm making the decision, everybody in the hood is doubting me. All the people that watched me grow up and become who I became, they like, yo, why you going there? You ain't never gonna play there. You going to Rice? They got Dre Barrett, they got Jay Wingate. You ain't gonna play. All right, cool. That's how y'all feel. Don't knock me for wanting to go where I want to go.
Absolutely.
Long story short, I go there, start as a freshman. We go 25-0. I'm a major factor.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So for me, it's like I never listened to what other people said about me because I knew what I was capable of given the opportunity.
Yeah. And you've always, I've seen that you've always carried yourself that way. Like you can always hear, oh, he's too small, he's too this, but basketball, you do that. That's what you do. You know what I mean? So I can imagine coming up at the time you came up, being that kid that didn't have the name and the backing and the, you know, and the politics in your favor, still doing as well as the kids that, you know, that were killers, but you belonged amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally get that. I totally get that. Because Bob mentioned that Wingate, they both spoke on that, how you was just like not appreciated, but you still always did what you needed to do when called upon. Like,
That was always my mentality. You know what I mean? Like, okay, they might be the name, so they're gonna get all the attention. So
mhm.
when I get my opportunity, they not looking at me. They looking at this little kid like, man, what he gonna do? 6 threes later, they're like, yo, that's the shooter. That's the shooter. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with playing the background. Because I know they're gonna get double team. And when I get this ball, I already know what I can do.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know what I can do. Y'all don't respect it yet, but shortly y'all will. And
Hey.
yo, Kareem Reed, I need to hold some money, man. Leave me alone.
I was about to tell you that right now. So you said your freshman year you guys went 25-0, and you were a major factor to that.
Major factor.
So you said that was the first time you came around for the Riverside and the Gauchos, that they didn't feel you were ready.
As a freshman, they said that I wasn't ready. Sophomore year, they still said I wasn't ready.
And how'd you do your sophomore year at Rice?
Sophomore year, I played varsity.
Okay.
I moved up to varsity, so I get to see, Dre Barry. I get to see Andre Sweet, Cup, all these guys go at it. Who's high-powered names. So I'm learning, you know what I mean, from one of the best, if not the best guard out of Rice. You know what I mean. So I'm learning from him. Getting my ass bust because that's what he did. Because you know what I mean. That's how he treated the younger guys. But it was a learning experience. That's how it went at Rice. Everybody had to take their bumps and bruises along the way. So for me, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna sit here, soak up all this knowledge. You know what I mean? Understand the game, learn how to play the correct way. So if the opportunity ever presents itself for me, which it will, because that's how I'm looking at it. Because eventually I'm gonna leave Rice and go somewhere else, and then I'm gonna be on my own. So I'm just soaking up all the information, learning the little tricks, little tactics, getting comfortable with playing the point, because I never played the point until, you know what I mean, my end of my junior year with Riverside.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, I'm just learning from Jay Wingate, learning from Dre Barrett, picking up little things, how to see court vision, along with my shooting ability. So it just made me, appreciate the game. And then when the opportunity came for me the following year, I would be ready. But also that sophomore year, to get to the championship, I played a big role against Bishop Loughlin. Came in and hit four threes that kind of iced them, sent them home. You know what I mean? Out at St. John's University. So, you know what I mean? Like, it was just about staying ready. You know what I mean? Being able to compete against those guys, but at the same time, be ready when your number is called.
Absolutely. And that was your sophomore year you did that?
Sophomore year.
That's tough. So going into your junior year, what are the expectations from you as a ball player?
As for me, it was just like I was just looking for more, I would say more freedom. I was looking for more freedom, you know what I mean? Because I was just, with Mo, he kept you in the system. He got guys that fit what he wanted to do and how he needed it to be done. And I fit that role perfectly, you know what I mean? I was a shooter. Jay Wingate was our point guard, floor general. He going to do what he need to do. So I was never asked to step outside of my comfort zone.
Got it.
You know what I mean? And that's what makes great teams great teams. You know what I mean? You got to have guys that's willing to accept their role, stay in that role. But when time comes, you're able to step up if somebody get injured and play a different role.
Absolutely, and perform. So how'd y'all do your junior year?
We had a horrible record. We was like 17-15 or something like that. We were all juniors. It's our first time being at the helm. You know what I mean? At the varsity level, we had no upperclassmen leadership. You know what I mean? So like it was a new experience for me, Jay Wingate, Steve Bird. You know what I mean? Like all of us, it was a learning curve. You know what I mean? Like we've been there playing behind those guys, but now it's like our time, and it just wasn't right. You know what I mean? Like we had seniors at the time that was happy to be a part of the squad, and they just going out there doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? And it was fucking up the rec. But you know what I mean? We ended up losing to St. Francis Prep. Shout out to my boy Rashad Bell. He beat us with 4 white boys. You know what I mean? 4 white boys and just him. You know what I mean? He sent us home or whatever. But yeah, that was it. We had a horrible record, but it prepared us for our senior year, which we went on and did what we needed to do.
And how are you playing at now you're playing AAU with Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
And how's that going for you?
I'm still coming off the bench. Now I'm finally getting to the risers,
Okay.
but I'm coming off the bench. Like, you know what I mean? I'm Jay Wingate, Bobby, Ricky Soliver, Petey Nelson, all those guys are starters. I'm coming off the bench, you know what I mean? 6-man or whatever you have it. And I'm killing. I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm getting 20 a game or whatever. Some games I'm getting 30 or whatever. So I'm cool with it, you know what I mean? But I know my opportunity is coming. You know what I mean? You can't keep me down. Like, the best defenders for me was Mo Hicks, Kenny Pretlow, John Rodriguez, you know what I mean? Coach because they
Yeah.
didn't allow me to come out of that shell that I was always in. You know what I mean? I was labeled as a shooter, so they kind of kept me as that. And
Yeah.
I was cool with that as long as we, you know what I mean? Because it's what the team needed. You know what I mean? It didn't need me to do any of those things.
Got it. So coming out of your junior year, you're already being recruited, you know, combined with what
Slightly.
you're doing in school and at AAU?
Yeah, I'm getting recruited at this point because I had a good showing out in Kentucky at the Bluegrass Invitational. You know what I mean? Like, I had a couple of good showings or whatever. We went out to France. I played good. So it was a couple of spurts where I played really well coming off the bench or whatever. So then, you know, I had interest. I had some high level mid majors coming at me, but they was telling me I wouldn't play till sophomore, maybe junior year, because they had this guy there, that guy there. So, you know what I mean? I ain't paying no mind. I just kept my head down, stayed focused, and, you know, was focused on, you know, trying to get a school that wanted me to be who I was.
Got you. So you're going into your senior year of high school, and you still don't know where you're going to go to college, right?
Nope.
The mission ahead is that city and state chip, that city chip,
That's all it is, because, you
right?
know, we sick that we just went 17 and 15 or whatever you may have lost in the semifinals or something like that. So, you know, we came back with a different focus. Like, look, this our last year. We came in as winners. We trying to go out as winners. So it was like, we don't care who it is. You know what I mean? Whoever get on the court with us, we out here to wax their ass. You know what I mean? And that was just the approach. You know, nothing needed to be said. We battled each other in practice. Our practice was probably harder than any games that we ever played. You know what I mean? So, like, when we got on the court, it was just like, see you later.
Yeah. Talk about that feeling for them, for that chip. What was that setting like? What did it make you feel? Because I spoke to Penny, I spoke to Rick and Bob and Wingate. So everybody's gonna feel how they felt. You know what I mean? How was that feeling for you?
That feeling was me. It was like, man, we winning this by any means necessary. Because I was there sophomore year. We lost to St. Ray's. I
Okay.
was on the bench that year, you know what I mean? And that feeling that I had, you know what I mean, seeing Dre Barry and them not win their senior year, it was like, that's a feeling I don't want. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they've won already, but it's like going out your senior year, you kind of want to leave your mark. And it's like, man, I don't give a fuck what I got to do, how I got to do it. We gonna get this done.
Yeah. And when that game started, no nerves, nothing. You ready to go? It's kill.
Just goosebumps, you know what I mean? Because you're like, man, we here, you know what I mean? The crowd going crazy. It's like, yo, this is what we've been busting our ass for. You know what I mean? This is the time to show everybody, like, yo, we the best team in the city.
Yeah.
You
So
know what
y'all
I mean?
proved that.
We went on to end up beating them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Wingate, shout out to Gary, the rest of the crew. But
Yeah.
Jay Wingate and Gary made some crucial plays down the stretch that, you know what I mean, sealed that deal for us. So, you know what I mean? Like, it was a hard-fought battle. I'm not going to sit here and say that it wasn't. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, our brothers, Ricky and Bobby and Marv McCullough, them, they played their asses off. You know,
Yeah.
we just came up with more plays at the end that ended up getting us over the hump. You know
Got
what I mean? Like, it could have went either way, but, you know, we had Gary go not miss a shot.
I
You
missed.
know, you know what I mean? Jay Wingate with a big save, like going out of bounds to throw it back into him. So it was like we made the plays to win. You know what I mean? And that's what
Yeah.
we was built for, because our practices was taught to do that, and that was it.
So how was that feeling going for that state chip?
It was
Was
like,
it different? Was it any different? The atmosphere up there going for that, the best in New York State?
the atmosphere wasn't the same because we was in a big ass arena. So, like, it wasn't like that, you know what I mean, city rivalry, you know what I mean, playing against St. Ray's at St. Ray's or playing at Gauchos when the crowd is right there. It's a big arena, so like the fans are away from you. So it was like, it was different. But you know what I mean, it was still, we got one mission, one goal. Come home with the state. We don't want to be the team that win the city and then come home and not be the state champs. Yeah. We want to be the best of the best, leave our mark. And you know what I mean, we went on and did that.
How did that feel when y'all finally can say that y'all city and state champs? New York, Kings of New York.
It was amazing, man. I can't even tell. I can't even put it into words. Like, if you've never won anything, you can't understand what it means to win something like that. You know what I mean? Because you see a lot of people come through. You know what I mean? Rice, St. Ray's, Christ the King, and never get that feeling. But when you win both, and you come home and you like, man, we the best in the city. Like, we run the city. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You know, it's no better. It's no feeling greater than that.
So, how long did it take for you to know what you wanted, where you wanted to play the next 4 years of basketball, coming out of winning your city and state championship from Rice?
It was not too long after. You know, God rest his soul, my brother G. Jeff, who passed away. You know what I mean? Me and him, we spoke on the phone. He had actually committed before me, and I'm like, yo, you really gonna go there? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm like, I bet, I'm gonna go too then. You know what I mean? So I spoke once I knew that another New Yorker was coming with me. I'm like, all right, we're going to do it. You know what I mean? Because he tearing the PSAL up. He averaging 20 and 20. You know what I mean? So I'm like, me and him together, we could do some damage. So once he said he was going, I took my visits, of course, but, you know what I mean, I already knew I was going to St. Peter's. They like, you got an opportunity to play as a freshman, as long as you come in here and do what you need to do. So I'm like, I bet. Sign me up for summer school. I want to come there and see who's the dude that's on campus thinking that he going to be this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
And then from summer school, you know what I mean, I let it be known, like, I'm not coming here to be on no bullshit. I'm coming here to take a spot, be the man, and that's what it is. Because I've been playing the background for so long. Now it's all about me going out there and, you know what I mean, showing that I can do more. Because I'm still hitting the doubts. Everybody still doubt me. Oh, he's too small. He can't play at the next level. He's not a Division I player. He never played the point guard spot. All this, I'm hearing it. Yeah. But they don't know that I'm putting the work in all summer long. Every summer, I'm working out. It was throughout my high school career. I practiced at Rice High School and then go play pickup ball in Riverbank.
Yeah.
I'm going to play free play from 6:30 to 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
I ain't even old enough to get in there, but they let me in there because, you know what I mean, they see my work ethic. So I'm in there, I'm out here doing what I need to do, but nobody seeing that, nobody know about it.
That's what it is.
I'm just on the ski mask way because I know I got something to prove. I know how they view on me. I see how they ranking me in the round ball back in the day, all these things. I see where they got me 20-something or whatever, and I done killed 19 of the guys ahead of me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, cool. Y'all can see that. College coaches telling me, yeah, you can come here. You might play your sophomore year, junior year. You can get minutes here and there. All right, cool. St. Peter said, look, you come here, you got the opportunity to start. That's all I need to hear.
From the beginning.
That's all I need to hear. You tell me you want me to come there and I have the opportunity to play. Because that's all I want is the opportunity to show you what I can do. Yeah. Don't knock me and saying, oh, I got this team, you got that time. I don't want to hear that. May the best man win. We're going to get here. We're going to compete. You see it with a you know what I mean, with a straight mind, and whoever the best player is, that's who get the spot. And that's what St. Peter's offered. Long story short, you know the rest. History books.
Going into your freshman year, what do you think is your like, what's your mindset? Because now it's like you're going to be allowed to be off the leash, something that you've been waiting forever, and you're doing it at a Division I level. So how are you approaching this freshman season?
Freshman season, I'm looking at it like, man, I'm going to just go here, average between 12 to 15. You know what I mean? Like, that's my mindset. You know what I mean? 12 to 15, I figure I can get that or whatever. So, you know what I mean? And I can see, you know what I mean, the level of competition I'm playing because, you know what I mean, I see what I'm playing in practice in summer school. I see the guys I'm going against. So, for me, it's like, all right, you've been doing this, you've been putting the work in. Now it's time to show people like, yo, y'all been doubting me, but look, let me show you what I got up my sleeve. You know what I mean? Then when found out I had the starting spot, that's all I needed. You know what I mean? It was like, I was like a fucking a dog off his leash. Like it's time to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, first game, they set me up. They threw me to the Lions off the rip. We playing against Xavier in Xavier.
Okay.
Lionel Chalmers, Romain Sato, David West in Xavier.
Yeah.
I get 17 against them my first game. So for me, if I can get 17 on a Big Ten team,
Yes.
I know ain't nobody in the MAC fucking with me.
At all.
It ain't nothing they could do with me.
Yeah.
So once I had that 17, it was like, man, the rest is gonna be easy.
Were there any other schools that you were really considering before you chose St. Peter's?
UNC Charlotte, and Drexel. When Bruiser Flint was at Drexel, he wanted me, but he said that freshman year would be a stretch for me to get minutes because they had a tough guard. Oh. And then I was also considering Howard, but I took my visit there, and let me just say, I wouldn't have led the nation in scoring for basketball.
I got you. So your freshman year, what's your high game for your freshman year?
Oh no, I don't even remember, but it was probably like somewhere in the 30s.
Because you're proving, you're being given the opportunity to prove what you've always known. So you changed the whole perspective. Your 4 years of college, brother. I'll tell you that, because you became something that to this day we haven't had in the city like that. You know what I mean? But
again, it's something that was caged up, though.
Exactly.
It was caged up because I played the role for the teams that I was on, and I was cool with that. I accepted that.
Yeah, exactly. That's hard.
I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot of people today that's not willing to do that. Everybody want to be the man. Exactly. But you can be the man without even being the face of it. Mm-hmm. Because when teams, you know what I mean, like I came off the bench, but I was playing starters minutes.
Yep.
I'm coming off the bench and I might lead us in scoring. You know what I mean? So like when I came in the game, a lot of the attention went to me because they knew when we was with Riverside, we ran stack low, we ran box Riverside. They knew it was coming to me, and that thing was going up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So like when I got to college, it was like now I got the ball all the time. All the time I got the ball. Now I'm the creator. Now I get this freedom to show this, to show that. It was like, man, I'm not gonna waste this. I'm gonna show you and everybody else that's doubting me, that's still doubting me, you know what I mean? That even said after my freshman year, they're like, yo, but he's at St. Peter's. I hear all that. I don't say nothing. I'm not a guy that's confrontational, but I'm just gonna speak with my game. So like a lot of the damage I was doing was because people that were supposed to be in my corner from my hood was talking shit about me.
Yeah.
But yet they want tickets to my games.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would still give them tickets because they come to see me fail. But then when I still succeed, they like, damn, you really doing that shit.
For real, at a different pace. You've always been a shooter since you started playing basketball?
Always. That's how I made teams, because I was labeled as a shooter.
Got it.
If I didn't have a jump shot, I didn't have nothing for nobody to be a part. Like no reason for nobody to put me on their team, because at that time back then I wasn't dribbling the ball. I didn't have no handle. I have the basic handle. I tell people that all the time. I don't have handle. I have basic handle. I have the handle to get to where I need to get my shots off. I play angles. I'm a short guard. I'm a small guard, so I have to use quickness and angles to get my shots off. So that all I needed was the little things to get to where I needed to go.
Gotcha. So your freshman year, you already know that these next 3 years are going to be difficult for anybody to stop you from doing what you want to do. But did you even think you were going to be able to pull off what you pulled off?
Absolutely not. No, I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. No, I did not. Like I said, I thought I was going to go here, average 12 to 15 my freshman year, and that would probably be my average. But lo and behold, the man upstairs had something else for me, you know what I mean, with my work ethic and my best friend G Jeff, you know what I mean, been in the gym with me, dragging me in the gym when I didn't want to during my college days, playing me one-on-one, teaching me his scoring tactics, because he was a big guard, teaching me how he was able to score, and then me, you know what I mean, me putting that into my game. It was just like it was God's plan, you know what I mean? Like I don't mean to be touche, but like that's just what it was, you know what I mean? Like it was something that was destined for me to do.
What were your workouts like? That's what I've always wanted to know. What were
Workout.
those workouts like for you to get that jump shot and just the way, like the rhythm that you have in the game? What were those workouts like?
It was just, man, like it was just like I loved to be in the gym at that time. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it was a ball bouncing, I wanted to be around it. Yeah, like it was like if you ask any of my boys in my inner circle, it was days like I wake up on Christmas and I'm trying to get the riverbank. You can ask my man T Berry, my man Paris and them, they on here. You can
Yeah,
ask them. Like I'm trying to get into the gym. I don't even care about no Christmas presents.
yeah,
I'm going down here. I'm telling my mom, like, yo, I'm going to free play. I need to go and get this workout in. My mom's, she knew I loved the game so much that it would be times I wanted to shoot and we'd be in the rain. She'll have an umbrella rebounding for me while we're in the park shooting.
that's real.
You know what I mean? Like, because I knew the area we was living in, like, this was going to be my tool to get out. Like, as cliche as it may be, but I knew that. I
Yeah,
saw what was going on. It was, you know what I mean? It was so much going on in my hood that it's like, yo, you got to use this. You got to become the best at this, and it's going to open up doors for you. And I did that. And, you know, shout out to all the people that played a role in, you know, opening the gym for me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't understand what it meant to be able to get into the gym after a rice practice where
yeah,
we going 3 hours hard or whatever, and then still want to go to the free play and go and play. Denise was out there. He know when he ain't speak no English, he
yeah,
was down there hooping. You know what I mean? Like that's how far me and Denise go back.
yeah.
Before he became too hard to guard, he was coming to Riverbank speaking no English out there playing in free play, 6:30 to 9,
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, man. It go back to all that.
The grind, your grind is crazy. So this sophomore year, talk about that, please. I need to know.
I mean, but before we get to the sophomore year, it started my third game of my freshman year.
Okay,
We playing Northern Arizona and Connecticut.
okay.
48. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
16 for 29 from the field, 10 for 16 from three.
Fresh.
Could have had 50, but I missed 2 free throws. Game finished. First thing I want to say, you know, you could have had 50, right? I know I missed 2 free throws. You leave me alone. Like you ain't even gonna congratulate me. You know what I mean? So it was like my mom was a driving force. You know what I mean? Excuse me. She was an engine behind me too, because like she was my biggest critic.
Yeah.
I might hear all this from the hood, people doubt me or whatever, but as soon as anything go, she like is, yo, stop floating on your jump shot. You leaning this way, you doing this, go straight up, straight down. Like she's in my ear throughout the game. And it don't matter if it's packed or not.
Yeah.
I can hear her. If she say something, I can hear her and I'm turning, I'm looking and I'm finding her.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, and I'm correcting it, and then it go in, and all I could do is just shake my head like and blow a kiss to her, like, you right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like once I had that 48, then I come back, next game we play St. Francis.
Yeah.
44. 1-3. So now I didn't give you a variety. I didn't hit 10 threes. Now y'all take the 3 away from me. I'm showing you like, yo, I can do this. Shout out to my man Browski. I gave him, he pointed at 44. He might not ever admit it, but hey, I gave 44. Put 44 on his head, man.
Yeah. Talk.
You know what I mean? So like this is when everything started going, leading up into that sophomore year to that first year nation leading scorer.
Got you. But I just asked you what your high as a freshman was, and you didn't talk about.
Listen, it's the wine. I had to go back and I had to put it together. All right.
Okay, because I'm like, wait a minute, that don't sound too accurate to me. 30, nah.
48 and 44.
48 and 44, back to back.
Back to back.
That's tough.
That's
what led into the massacre.
Yeah, that right there was like, all right, this the level of competition I'm gonna play at the mid majors. All right, I could do this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And, you know, but before we get to the sophomore year, see, after I come home that year,
yep,
playing street ball, everybody's still saying, yo, but he's at St. Peter's. If I go to St. Peter's, I could do that too. You know what I mean? You know how I go.
Yeah.
Everybody is never no congratulations. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's always finding a negative. So I'm like, I hear that. You know what I mean? But if that's the case, why you ain't go to where you could do it?
Yeah.
All all right, but cool. You can keep doubting me. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna follow that up.
Yeah, you damn sure did.
Kill all summer in street ball.
Yep.
I mean, shout out to my man, the voice of Harlem, AG. He gave me the name #1 with a gun. You know what I mean? And that just where it started. You know what I mean? Like I started getting these names. I played my first time in 55th. You know what I mean? Got the nickname The Adventure Begins. So like all the things that I was in my mind, I visualized is starting to manifest.
That was your first time playing in 55th when you were a freshman in college?
Yeah. Nobody,
because you grew up watching that.
Exactly, but because of who I was and the type of game I had, nobody ever asked me to play. So it took for me to go to St. Peter's, kill. Now they're like, oh, he's a scorer. Let's bring him out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like when my first game I played against Kareem Reed. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That dog fight. You know what I mean? He's showing me why he's who he is and what he's done. You know what I mean? But I hold my own because at this point it's like, yo, I don't care who I'm playing against.
Yeah.
I'm out for blood. Yeah. You know what I mean? Either you, I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna kill me, or it's gonna be a mutual respect. Yeah. And by the end of that game, you know what I mean? That's when it was like, all right, you know what I mean? I got the salute from him, you know what I mean? And that's when the wetos started to manifest outside of the Nation League scorer.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you was tearing everything up every summer until
outside, man.
Huh?
I was outside. That was when it was cool to be outside, not this new school thing. You know what I mean?
Fact. That's a fact. Because y'all had a Rice team in Dyckman when in Unlimited when y'all was still
when they had the low rim. See, a lot of dudes don't know about the low rim. We young boys, we trying to dunk on the low rim coming back down the way. Nobody wanted the rim going toward the train station. Everybody wanted the other one. People don't know we was outside, man. As high school kids, we playing against the grown men.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? So like everything we was prepared for everything that came next.
Yeah. I don't think nobody was prepared for what came next when you went back to school after what you did in the summer and what you did as a freshman, and you're still hearing the whispers. Okay, but he's like you said, but he's playing here. What it is, but your numbers are speaking for themselves, so they can't really say anything. 435 is 400.
Hey man, like I said, people gonna always find something to say. You know what I mean? I appreciate them because it kept me motivated. You know what I mean? It kept me on my journey. It kept me determined on my journey to, you know what I mean? You know, I didn't have to prove them wrong, but it was just something about me that was like, all right, y'all can doubt me. I've been doubted all my life. You know what I mean? Like nobody expected me to be here, but I'm here and I'm doing it my way.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was just it.
So when you get when that sophomore year starts for you, right? I know your mentality already is killed, right? But when you saw what you were doing and how you were doing it, when did it sink in? Like I'm about to make history this year. Like how far into the season did it take for you to realize what you were doing?
Can't really say because it was like I had bumps in the road. It was like, but it was just like sophomore year when we played Florida at Florida, Coaches versus Cancer.
Okay.
And you know, I walk up, you know what I mean, shake hands before the game, and Coach Billy Donovan like, hey, I don't know if you're gonna get too many open looks. We double teaming you all game. I'm like, damn, I'm at St. Peter's, y'all at Florida, y'all gonna double team me? You know what I mean? So like at that point, that kind of let me know, like, okay, people are, you know, the people that need to know is taking notice.
Yeah.
I struggled that game. They had Corey Brewer on me full court. They trapping me with Joakim Noah. I get past them, Al Horford in the back. You know what I mean? So it was like, damn, this is what it's like at the big level, okay, at the highest level. So I'm like, all right, cool, I struggle. But then it made me go back and watch video, like, all right, how can I make the game easier? Okay. So then it made me change my mindset. Instead of coming out and being aggressive from the beginning, I come out and don't shoot for the first 4 minutes. I'm passing to get my teammates involved so that the person guarding me can think, oh, I got him in check. So now the hard hedge not coming, the double team, the trap on the pick and roll not coming. So now it's like, all right, when I do get it, now I get my opportunity. Boom, boom, quick. I run over quick, 2, 3, 6 points. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? I started to see the game different because, you know, freshman year, nobody knew me. So they didn't respect me. I'm getting, you know, flat on the pick and roll. I'm coming off getting my shot. After I do that, top 5 in scoring, I come back. Now I'm getting hard hedge. I'm getting trapped. I'm getting trapped in the backcourt. They're making me give up the ball. So it made me learn how to play without the ball.
Okay.
But in the sense of where coming off screens, how to use screens, how to use angles. Because now I'm seeing taller defenders. Now I'm seeing 6'6". Now I'm seeing 6'5", 6'7" guarding me. So now I got to use my quickness, use angles, use screens to, you know, break the game down. So once I started doing all that and I see it was working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After struggling against Florida, I don't even think I got double digit. I think I had like 9 points. It was like a horrible game.
Gotcha.
So that made me go back to the drawing board. Like, all right, humbling experience. Yeah, you had success, but now the word is out about you.
Mm-hmm.
How you going to break the game? How you going to make the game easier for you, knowing that every night they coming out to stop you?
Absolutely.
So then, you know, what I mean, it made me hone in on being a point guard first with the scoring ability.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So I kind of had to lure people to sleep, you know what I mean, and then pick my spots rather than come out and be the aggressive right away because they're expecting that.
Got you.
And that's what Florida humbled me with that early on, and I'm thankful that they did it because then going forward, after that, when I started playing all the big schools, I was getting 28 and better on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Went on to finish my career averaging 27 against Big East schools.
27.
Somewhere around it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Don't take me for a word, but it was more than 25.
Yeah. Give or take,
you know
regardless. So, those are numbers that you respect.
So, you know what I mean? Like learning. So that was like what I had to do. Learn how to play without the ball, play off the ball, using screens, coming off that, and breaking the game down. You know what I mean? Like, I knew I can get my 20. I just had to break it down. So I'm using the media timeouts. Every 4 minutes, I got to get 5 points. If I get 5 points here, 5 points there.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Break the game down like that. You know what I mean? You ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
Because I know when I get hot, I can run off 10, 12 straight. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, all right, if I get to the free throw line, get 2 points here, hit 1 3 in transition, that's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Pass, come back down, do the same thing. I'm at 10. You know what I mean? Like, so I just started breaking the game down in a different way to open up the game.
Got you. Yeah, because once the scouting report is out, I know that second year, it's not he's that small guard. He's not. Now it's like, no, he's here.
He's legit.
About him.
He's legit.
Yeah.
That's what they said. He's legit. Every coach is like, yo, we locking that up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, cool. Now I gotta show y'all something different. And that's when I learned how to come off the screens. You know what I mean? I was doing all the Steph Curry stuff before Steph Curry.
Facts.
But it wasn't accepted back then. It was looked at as bad shots, but now it's accepted. I was ahead of my time. I was on my Mahmoud Abdul Rauf shit.
Yeah. Big facts. So, like I asked you before, I want to know because that's something you did something, like I said, is history. But when did you know, like, you were gonna be able to pull that off the first time? Like,
I would say probably about when we got to MAC play. When we got into like our league play,
yeah,
I knew it. You know what I mean? Like going against Manhattan, going against Iona, playing against Steve Bird, playing against Jay Wingate, playing against Mark McCullough. You know what I mean? Playing against all my friends. It was like, yo, now is your time to show it. You know what I mean? Like I loved them to death, but like all throughout my high school years, they ranked before me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They ranked ahead of me. They said this and that. So now it's like, yo, this is your time to show everybody that had them ahead of you why you are who you are and why you did what you did the last year. Yeah. Granted, they didn't have the freedom I had, but they went to winning programs. I went to a program that was 8-48 before I got there. So I'm going somewhere trying to bring a whole different mentality and a different culture to show them like, yo, all right, you know what I mean, y'all been this way, but look, this is what it's going to take to get it going. And I went there. So when I played against my brothers, it was all fun, you know what I mean, or whatever. But I had a job to do. I had something to prove for me. It wasn't for nobody else. It wasn't for all my naysayers, but it was for me to show like, yo, all this time I've been playing behind y'all, but this is what I have been bottling up for the sake of everybody else in the team.
That's been doing absolutely from from the jump. How'd y'all do it like in your for your division in your conference? How'd y'all do your freshman year?
My freshman year, we won double-digit games. I think we won like 10 or 11. We won like 11 games. You know what I mean? We doubled what they went. You know what I mean? We beat what they was the last 2 years.
Gotcha.
And that was, as a freshman, that's all I'm looking forward. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to slowly change the program around. And we was able to do that. You know what I mean? I had a good year. We started turning the program around. Then we got other guys to transfer that was at bigger schools to come in there. You know what I mean? So we got other inner city dudes that was there, like Terrence Watkins, Ron Yates, Jamie Sowers. Like, dudes came back home to, you know what I mean, play with the school because, you know what I mean, they see the turnaround happening.
Got you.
And then, you know, in the sophomore year, we get beat by Manhattan, but, you know, they got, you know who they got, Lou Flores, Dave Holmes, Jared, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got a mob.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, like, I'm all for it. Like, I want to play against the best. You know what I mean? If I'm going to lose to them, it's only going to teach me and make me better going forward. So, after, you know, losing to Lou Flores and seeing him do what he did, it's like, man, listen, when you go, I know this league is my league.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Yeah.
And then that was just what it was. So, you know what I mean? In sophomore year, you know, I think we won probably like 15, 16 games. Like, we increased our wins every year. Yeah. And that's all I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like, that was my whole thought process of going there, being the change that they needed.
Yeah. Definitely. So, you lead the nation in scoring. The first time, right? When you come home for the summer, what's that like?
There's still hate. There's still a lot of hate in the hood. A lot of people doubt me.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But, you know what I mean, the real ones know. So I get the respect from them. You know what I mean? So.
Dad, who are you talking to?
Hello.
Come on. So, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm playing in everything. I'm playing in Kingdom. This is when Kingdom is, you know what I mean, the hottest thing out.
Yeah.
Playing in Kingdom, playing against all the top names. Because I want to play against the best. Because now I'm doing what I'm doing in college. Now I want to, all the big names that I grew up behind, I want to see how I fare against them.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking for all the smoke. I want to play. I want to see where I'm at on the street ball level. I know where I'm at in the college level.
Yeah.
But as street ball, I ain't been that active like that.
Okay.
So now is the time for me to see, like, yo, this is such and such, this is such and such. I need to play against him. I need to play against him and see what it's about.
Absolutely.
Go.
You stand up the summers too.
Yeah. I mean, it's only right.
Yeah.
It's only right. You know what I mean? Like, I come home. I haven't been asked. Hey, you guys got to keep it down. I haven't been being asked to play in a lot of tournaments. You know what I mean? Like, you brought me to Dyckman. You know what I mean?
You played with us that year, the first time.
Team Dynasty. You know what I mean? And we had a great year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got cheated or whatever. Hey, KJ, stop running around here. All right? If you're gonna play, you gotta be over there. You know what I mean? So at that time, it's like,
No, you go.
I just want to show you MFers like, yo, I'm that deal.
Yeah.
Take the St. Peter's thing out of it. You can't knock what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say about my school or whatever, but the things that I'm doing on the court, y'all can't do even if y'all went to a MAC school.
That's a fact.
And I just want to show y'all. I want to continue to show y'all because y'all still don't believe in my ability.
At that point, and you're already more than proving yourself. I get it.
All they can say is, oh, he's at a mid-major.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the knot. Oh, yeah, that's the knot. Now everybody going mid-major and getting to where they need to go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Mid-major is the way to go now.
Yeah, for sure.
If you smart. If you smart.
Yep.
There's still a lot of people that want to go to the big school because the hood saying, you got to go here.
Yeah, and not play.
But say, yo, I went to that school.
Just to say, yeah.
Ignorance. And they taking it, hey, cut it down. And they taking advice from someone that never played past junior high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact.
But you hating on me for doing it my way. Hating on me for doing it my way.
Yeah, no, that's these kids gotta know where they're gonna be used for what they do, not just to go and say you got a name across your jersey, but you got no numbers to back you up. You're gonna be working at Best Buy with, just like if you would have never played basketball.
That's what I mean. That it's a, you know what I mean. That's a whole nother topic.
No, absolutely. I
That's
don't know what it felt like for you being the nation's leading scorer.
Go upstairs. Wait till I finish and then you guys can come back down. Go upstairs.
What was that feeling like for you, my brother? Knowing when the season ended that you were the nation's leading scorer. For you as a person, as a ball player, all the work you put in, and you're seeing that.
The first time or the second time? The first time, I was actually nervous because Taylor Coppernath from Vermont.
Yep.
He was putting in work, and he could have knocked me out, but they got eliminated. They got eliminated in the conference tournament, and he didn't have no more games, and I ended up beating him, winning out.
After that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was done. We got eliminated. So I'm watching like, man, yeah. Okay. So I'm watching like, man, I just hope he don't do what I need. You know what I mean? I'm just watching like, I'm feeling news like, man, please don't do it. Please don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They ended up losing. He didn't get enough points. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm good. And it was like, man, in my dorm room, I was like, yo, my man Chuck, and my man, you know what I mean, Jeff. I'm like, yo, I'm the nation leading scorer. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm the top scorer. You know what I mean? Like, such and such just lost. I'm that guy. They're like, man, stop playing. We turn on ESPN and come across the bottom of the screen. And he was just like, man.
How did it feel, though? How what was that? I can't imagine what that would feel.
It's an out-of-body experience. Hey, the food is ready.
Got you.
It was an out-of-body experience. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I was just, like, shocked. But at the same time, like, I earned that. You know what I mean? Like, my hard work paid off. All the time in the gym wasn't for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, you did that, brother.
Yeah, because that's a simple task at all. Yeah. What were your high games for your sophomore?
I didn't get past 48. Had a lot of 40-point games. You know what I mean? I had lot of 40 points, a lot of 38, 37, 36. Hey, mommy's calling you. Go. Lot of mid 30s, but I didn't. As much as I wanted to crack 50, I never got to it.
At all, or just not that year?
I didn't get to it.
At all. Okay. So now you're going back. When you're going back, is you going back after leading the nation in scoring, tearing up the summer. You know the ball is where it needs to be for you. You understand? Like you got the green light you've always wanted, and you coming back from something. Is the mentality, I want to see if I can do this again, or you just letting it come to you to say, I'm going to take what they give me?
Yeah. I mean, the mindset, subconsciously you thinking like, man, I want to do it again. But at the same time, you like, for me, the way I am, it was like, if it happens, it happens.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like I set my mind like, yo, I have to do it again. No. I'm like, yo, it would be nice to do it again. You know what I mean? And then it's like my boy Chuck, my boy G Jeff, they're like, yo, they play mind game. You can't do it again. That was a fluke. You're a bomb, man. You can't do that, man. You ain't play nobody. You ain't do nothing. So like, you know what I mean? They egging me on, but at the same time, they getting me in the gym. You know what I mean? Rebounding, playing against me one-on-one, You know what I mean? Doing all the things that I'm gonna face when I get back out there.
Yeah.
So it's like I was well prepared.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So I knew what I can do. It was no doubt in my ability.
yeah.
It's all about me going out there, having better players around me to make it easier on me. And by my junior year, you know what I mean, we had better players, so teams couldn't just focus on me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had a guy, Shane Nichols, who had won freshman rookie of the year that year, who was a dead-eye shooter.
Okay.
Dead-eye shooter. So they couldn't double me with him. Then I had a Puerto Rican named Raul Orta, you know what I mean, who had a burner. So it was like it allowed me one-on-one situations that, you know, if I got a one-on-one opportunity, it was nobody that could stop me one-on-one at that time. My mindset was like I was gonna get a bucket regardless. Either I'm gonna hit a three, get a floater, or I'm getting to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
At what point did you see it possible the second time around?
Second time around was probably after we played West Virginia at West Virginia, and I went off on them. You know what I mean? No, it was we played West Virginia, we played Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And against both of them, I had close to 30, you know what I mean, between 25 and 30. And it's like, all right, these top level Big East schools, you know what I mean, Carl Krause and all those guys at Pitt,
Yep.
Kevin Pittsnagel and all them dudes at West Virginia. So it's like, all right, if I can do that against them.
Yeah, the MAC.
Lou Flores is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't nobody else in the MAC that is seeing me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No disrespect to my brothers Steve Bird, Jason Wingate, and none of those guys, but it's like at this point, nobody is stopping what I know I can do.
Got you.
I'm just going at it like that. Whatever happens, happens. But I know I'm going down, fight. I'm gonna give my best shot, point blank, period.
Is the scoring title on your mind at that point?
No, it's still not.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because my thing is like, I want to go further than like I'm still thinking about the loss that we just took to Lou Flores now. So I'm like, I want to get better. I want to try to make it to the conference championship because my goal is to play the NCAA tournament. So that's all I'm thinking. How can I do that? What can I do to do that? And if it takes me to go and be this top scorer and score these many points, then so be it.
So once you were in the second season of that scoring, it's 2 minutes left. You want to log out and get back on real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, bet.